Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about some new launches, speed reviews on some new launches. Some of these are new launches in the market and some are like newer to my makeup collection. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of this. So I have a couple of like makeup products, some lipsticks. The makeup product and lipsticks are of course swatched in natural light so that you guys can see it true to color. Anyways, let's get started. This is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I've seen a lot of people talk about this and really love this, so that's the reason I picked this one up. I picked this one up on a pretty good discount from Myntra, and I see that sometimes Smashbox is on really good discount on Myntra, and that's the reason I picked it up. I got this one in the shade medium. When I'm showing you guys a demo of this, it is in natural light. There's a little bit of shadow on my neck, so it looks like it's a shade lighter, but it's actually a really good match for my skin. I must say that over time it does look a tad bit darker for my skin as well, like throughout the day, but I'm really happy with the way it looks. It's such a nice skin-like product. It's a tinted moisturizer, so it's not heavy in coverage, but I love the way it looks on my skin, and it looks like second skin for me. I can blend this one out with just my fingers and I'm good to go. It's a very easy product, something you can use on a daily basis, and I've absolutely been enjoying using this. It wears pretty well on my face. It doesn't really even transfer as much to my mask as well. I don't even set this with powder and it just lasts really well on my skin. And now I understand what the hype was all about, this particular product. If you wanted like a skin-like product, you should try it out. If you want a lot of coverage, it's not the one for you because it is a tinted moisturizer. I think they do have a couple of shades in this, but on Myntra I couldn't see a lot of shades available, but I was glad I could pick up my shade medium on a pretty good discount. And next up, we're going to be talking about some lipsticks. So you guys know Mcgrath is launched on Nykaa. It is a luxury brand and it was priced at 3,800 rupees. And the day they launched and a couple of days after, they had an initial launch offer where you could get it for 10% off. I already own these lipsticks. I got it from the Mcgrath website itself long ago on a pretty good discount. So what do I think about these lipsticks? The packaging and everything amazing, like the outer packaging, the actual bullet, everything looks luxurious. The packaging is to die for. But is it worth this price? I don't think so. It's a really nice creamy formulation, the lipsticks. Okay, they grow on really nice and creamy on your lips. They're comfortable, but it just feels like any other creamy lipstick on the lips. Like I right now have the Color Bar lip crayon on my lips. They feel exactly like this. In fact, a lot less sheenier and a lot less like shiny looking, and don't transfer as much onto my lips or the mask and everything. So this is a very pricey lipstick, and there is something that over time they start to get like a white layer around it. I'm not sure what this is. It's not mold, and I've seen a lot of people swatch on YouTube as well where their bullet looks like this. I'm not quite sure what this is. It has like a powder, like if you wipe this off, it's like a powder, but it doesn't smell like it's gone bad or anything, like not at all smelling rancid. So that is something I wanted to let you guys know. I'm not sure what it is, but just expect that to happen to your bullet. So now coming to the shades itself, I have the shade Flesh 3, which is a beautiful shade. This is something that you can wear without makeup as well. Would look really nice on people of medium, deep and tan skin tones. If you are lighter, it is a very deep shade for you, but it's a beautiful shade, especially if you want to wear it on a daily basis. It's like a deep rose kind of a shade and looks really nice. Even if you have like a lot of pigmentation on your lips, this would mask it pretty well. These are pigmented lipsticks. They are creamy, but they're just nice. Nothing out of the blue, but if in case you wanted to try it out, you can. Can you dupe these? Yes, of course you can dupe these shades as well. And then I have the shade called Full Blooded. I don't think you can find this shade on Nykaa. This is like a deep berry shade, something similar to what I have on my lips right now. Again, a very dupeable shade. I have duped this in my 50 lipstick dupes video, something that I did about I think 2 years ago. I will link it right here. You can find a dupe for this as well. And then I have the shade called Elsin, which is a very popular shade, one of their best selling shade as well. And this is like a true red shade, I feel like. More than it doesn't really have that much of a blue undertone to it. It's more like a true red shade, maybe even with subtle orange hints to it. It's a nice shade. sometimes I can see a little bit of like a duochrome sheen to it. I'm not sure what that is. I can definitely see that pigment as well. Again, is it worth the hype? I don't believe it to be, but I just wanted to swatch it for you guys so that in case you are looking at buying it, you can see it for yourself. And then of course you guys know that Huda Beauty's reformulated liquid lipsticks are launched on Nykaa. So I picked up 2 shades, one Trendsetter, which is one of their popular shades from their original collection as well. So this shade in Trendsetter is a lot different right now. So originally Trendsetter was more warm toned. Right now it's an extremely like cool toned shade. So you can see on the lip swatch as well how it looks. It takes a long time to dry down on my lips, and I find this to be the case with Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks, especially the lighter shades. They are a little bit like runny in the tube and they take some time to dry down on your lips. But the shade is really nice. It is something that you can wear with a full face of makeup on. It's a very like neutral shade. I have of course swatched the original Trendsetter shade as well. And you can see the difference between the two. The original Trendsetter is a more warm tone shade. I have it right here swatched as well. This is the original Trendsetter and this is a newer one. You can see it's a little bit more cool tone, has a little bit more like a greyish mauve hint to it as well. So yeah, that's the formula and everything, I don't find it to be very uncomfortable, but I feel like the newer one, just the shade Trendsetter, takes a long time to dry down completely on my lips. And it's not very uncomfortable on my lips. I can manage. And then I also got the shade called First Class, which is a more dusty burgundy shade with a subtle plum hint to it as well. It's a nice shade if you like these kind of deeper shades. I felt like it was kind of like pulling me down. I have to probably have like a more heavier makeup compared to a tinted moisturizer to pull this shade off, because it does have slight cool tones to it. So I feel like I need a more like heavy makeup when I'm wearing this particular shade, but this one does dry down a lot faster on the lips. It's not as sticky and tacky, it's not as runny as well. It's very pigmented and it dries down on your lips in like under a minute and it remains comfortable on your lips. So that is everything I wanted to talk to you guys about the new Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks. And then I also picked up some Estee Lauder liquid lipstick. This one is the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy liquid paint on liquid lip color. I got this in 2 shades because I've heard that the formula of this is amazing, and let me tell you guys, the formula of this is amazing. It feels really nice and lightweight on the lips. It is pretty pigmented and it doesn't really dry your lips out. Even if you have very dry lips, it's not like exaggerating it. It's not flaking off, nothing of that sort. I really love the formula of this. I got this one in the shade Orchid Flair, which is a really nice berry toned shade, beautiful plum berry shade. You guys can see it is quite pigmented. Towards the center of my lips, I feel like I need to build on it a little bit. If I were to purse my lips together, the color is transferring a little bit and making it more sheer toned towards the center of my lips, but I can of course build it up to the coverage that I like, and it looks really nice, very very comfortable. And I also have the shade called Quiet Right, which is a beautiful deep red shade. I love this one, and again I can see myself reaching out for this so much. I love the formula of these liquid lipsticks, and if you wanted something that is comfortable, you can try this out. I picked this one up when I think they had buy one get one on Estee Lauder or a flat 10% off. I'm not sure which offer I picked this one up on, but definitely on some offer. And then I also have this one. This is the Smashbox liquid lipstick in the shade Girl Gang. This is something I wanted to try out for the longest time, and I finally did pick it up. It's a very beautiful deep purple shade. It's very pigmented, and for some reason, surprisingly, I'm not sure if there's a change in formula or what, this liquid lipstick hasn't dried out in the tube, and so are some liquid lipsticks that I picked up, like the shade Gulabe hasn't dried out in the tube at all, and even this one. So I'm guessing that there's been a reformulation from the brand's end, maybe a quiet one which we don't know about, because most of my Smashbox liquid lipsticks have dried down in the tube, and I've talked about that so many times. I've even talked about these in my disappointing lip products video as well, because it dried down and I could never get it to use. You have to probably use some Inglot Duraline, revive the liquid lipsticks, but that's not the case with this one and the shade Gulabi, and I think I picked up some other shade, I'm not very sure, but this one is really nice, pigmented deep purple shade, looks really nice. And I actually initially wore it. This is what it looks like, this shade that I have right now on my lips as well. Right now I have the Color Bar lip crayon in the shade Devilry. It is like a liquid lipstick version of this one, just a little bit more deeper, more pigmented, not patchy at all. Amazing. The formula of the Smashbox liquid lipsticks on the lips is actually really nice. It's super matte, super long wearing, and non-drying at all. Just that it should not dry down in the tube. That's the only drawback. Other than that, it's like amazing on the lips, and I highly recommend you guys to try this shade out if you were looking for something like this bold and deep. So yeah, those were all the products I wanted to talk to you guys about. I want to keep this video short, so I haven't included a lot of products, but I'm not sure how long this video is even. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will make sure to leave all the product links in the description box below. Make sure to check them out, and while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one.
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife.